Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. He is a CIF champions, Liberty softball coach Jeff Pena. And Coach, first off, congratulations, man. Liberty, I mean, it's basically a brand new school still. There's no seniors, but you guys are Division V champions. I mean, is it still kind of sinking in at this point?
It actually is. It actually is. Going to school after we win it, everyone's saying congratulations. The players, I have a few players in my classes, and we talk about it a little bit, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it was. I mean, I'm not gonna say it wasn't expected. But I knew we had a shot based on the team that we had, but to ultimately do it is just like, wow, we did it. That's crazy, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the ride.
Well, Coach Broach, the football coach, he's one of my boys, and Coach Phillips, wrestling, he's one of my boys too. And I'm like, man, who's gonna win that first CIF championship? I know they got some league titles now at Liberty. You guys are good at everything, it seems like already. But to win a Division V softball title, I mean, you guys set the bar for everybody else now.
Yeah, we did. And in fact, I was joking with a couple of coaches, and they're like, "Man, you guys can win the first championship of our school history." And I'm just like that. When I heard that, I'm like, you know what? Wow, that is crazy that we can do that. And the fact that we did it, I mean, it's just I can't explain it. I mean, it was such a fun ride, and this team is such a great team. I really enjoyed being with them.
Coach, with no seniors, I mean, it's not like you could even lean on these like a senior class who had been through a playoff run before and they knew what to expect, and they can kind of lead the younger players. I mean, you didn't have that. So what do you think was the key to success this season and during this playoff run for you guys?
I think honestly, we had a transfer player. Her name is Kaylee Franz. She's a junior, and she had playoff experience last year from the school she went to, and I think she made a really big difference. Her leadership really carried this team. And our sophomore players, our pitcher, Janessa, and players like Atiana Thompson and Janessa Gugliano, they stepped up. And Haley Kitsero, another one who had a big day on the championship game. It just clicked together, and we had 4 starting freshmen, 4 starting sophomores playing that game. They were hungry, and they're ballers. We got a great freshman class this year, and it was a lot of fun to watch them play. And it just seemed like when we got our transfer players in, Sage Shipman, she's our catcher also, she made a big difference. Once they were eligible to play, it just seemed like we clicked and just really took off from there. I mean, we were doing pretty good before them, but when they came, it was kind of like icing on the cake. And they just, they all just clicked as a group, and they were just fun to watch. It was unbelievable.
Coach, obviously, again, with no senior class, but it sounds like you got a lot of talent on this team. What do you think, maybe towards the end of the season when you got all the players eligible, what do you think towards the back half of the regular season and into the playoffs? What did you guys do well? What do you think really highlighted this run? Do you guys score a lot of runs? Was it the pitching? What would you kind of put your finger on?
I think it was a combination of everything. Janessa's a great pitcher, but she knew that we have a couple of freshman pitchers that were right there ready to go, and they did. They came in and they shut it down. Other games too, they pitched games. And so she knew she had a good supporting staff behind her. And I think as a player, I'm not speaking for her, but I think as a player, when you have those players that'll back you up, I mean, it just takes a little bit more pressure off of you. And I think they're all able to go out and just compete and just have fun. And it was a great ride.
Well, Coach, going into the season, what kind of expectations did you have? You knew you had talent. Like on paper, you're like, okay, we got some players who can play. We got some talent here. But what was your expectations, at least going into the season?
Well, expectation, I think, our goal was to win league. Our goal was to get off to play the best softball in preseason and just kind of see what we had. And then when we win the league, hopefully we would win that. And we did. We won that league. And then our goal is to win a couple playoff games, and we did that. I mean, do we think we could win the championship? We, as a team, I really believe that we had a good shot at doing it. And then it just, before the championship game, we came back the previous 2 games. We were down 6-0 going into the 6th. We came back and won that game. Then we were down 3-1 going into the sixth, came back and won that game. And so I think the biggest thing was when we were down by the runs, I mean, the players were calm, players were cool, the coaching staff, just kept talking to them. Hey, we're good. We're good. Just go out there and play your game and do your thing. And it all worked out. I mean, they put on a show and they didn't seem nervous or intimidated. They played their game of softball and they clicked at the right time. So it was fun. It was good.
Well, going back to, like football and wrestling, for example, there's a lot of teams at Liberty are having some success early on. With the softball team where you try not to use, just being a young school as an excuse, like, well, maybe we'll win next season when we finally have some seniors, where you're trying to say, hey guys, let's win. Like, it sounds like you guys had that goal, win league and maybe win a couple playoff games. Was like, hey, we can win right now. Like, we don't have to wait a season to, get the juices flowing a little bit. Let's win right now.
Yes, after we played our first playoff game, and that was one of the craziest games we've ever part of. The scores ended up being 9-8, and we had we won that game on a walk-off home run. And after that game, the next day in practice, we talked about it, and I was like, you know what? Let's go win this thing. Let's do it. We're here. Why not do it? And the players were like, heck yeah, we need to do this. Let's go out there and let's win this thing. And every game that we won, it was like, hey, we still have more. We still have one more to go. We take it one day at a time. Let's win the next one. And then, because the playoff scenario is you got to win your 5 games to win the championship. I was okay. Well, 1 down. We have 4 to go, but we got to concentrate on this game. And then once we won the second game, okay, we got 3 to go, but we got to concentrate on this game. We got 2 to go. We got to concentrate on this game. And then when they knew they were going to the championship, they were really, really excited about it. And I think the first inning, a little nerves, big crowd and the announcer. But then after Haley Kitzrow hit that 3 home run, I mean, I just seemed to calm the team down. Like, cool, we got this, and it did. To me, I don't think it mattered who was on the other side. It was like we were zoned in, and we really felt like we can get this. So and we did it.
And finally, Coach, if my memory serves me correct, I think Cajon won the D5 title last year, and they got bumped up to Division III this year. So you guys are D5 champions. I know next year the expectations are going to be really big now for the Liberty Bison softball team, but I mean, you guys could end up in Division III as well. But do you feel like, hey, with all that talent coming back, they've got a year of experience and a championship under the belt, why not, make a run in Division IV, Division III, or wherever you guys might end up next year? Because I would assume everybody's coming back.
I would assume so too. I mean, we have no seniors, like you said, and everyone is excited about the run that we had this year, and so I don't see why we can't do it again next year. I mean, get into the playoffs, and then anything can happen, and so, being in sports for a long time, coaching a long time, I mean, I think every sports fan and every coach knows that, hey, you just got to get to the dance, and then after that, just perform, and you never know, great things can happen. And so I'm looking forward to next year, and hopefully we can do the same thing again. We'll see.
Well, Coach Pena, congratulations on that CIF Southern Section Championship. Liberty Bison, obviously, just taking off, man. They're like football, wrestling, softball. You guys are good at everything down there in Winchester. So congrats, Coach, and I expect big things in the future as well from you guys.
Definitely appreciate it. I think, all credit goes to the players. They play the game. Coaching staff really helped along the line. So, I mean, it's great to hear, a lot of the congratulations and stuff, but I always say, hey, the players are the ones that are playing the game, and the coaches are there to help us out. It's not just me, it's the other coaches as well. And the players just play hard and they do what they can for each other. And that's just the best. When you have that kind of atmosphere, it makes your job so much fun going to the practice field every day and playing games. So I'm really, really, really fortunate to have this opportunity and to be here at Liberty High School.
That is Jeff Pena, the head softball coach for the Liberty Bison here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks so much, Coach. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it as well.
Thanks for clicking on this Inland Sports video. If you're a local business or an organization and you'd like to promote here on the Inland Sports Show, just send us an email, inlandsportshow@gmail.com.